trustee at BDO right here in Edmonton. I can help you become debt-free with a solution just for you. Let's put an end to those calls from creditors together. Call 1-833-BDO-TALK or visit bdodebt.ca to discover your debt-free future.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
And thank you for tuning into Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, Country Mac with you here. Fantasy Frenzy brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc. Go check them out. Tell them we sent you. Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend, stayed warm, had a good time. If you did nothing but watch sports this weekend, you were rewarded handsomely because what a fun weekend it was when it came to sports. The things we're going to talk about today mostly, Oilers, obviously a huge win against the Washington Capitals on Saturday night. If you missed that game, I'm sorry. It was absolutely bonkers. If you took the over, you're thrilled. Evan Bouchard, unbelievable night. Like, put him in the category of Bobby Orr for that single game performance. 3 goals, 3 assists as the Oilers win 6-5 in overtime. Connor McDavid, overtime winner. Beautiful goal on a heck of a play by Evan Bouchard to get him the puck. Just get it to his vicinity. The Oilers tied it up with 32 seconds, and now they turn their attention to Duke's dang Ducks tonight. I believe it's the Amazon game as well, so that'll be a fun one for everybody to tune into. 6:30 puck drop. We've got pregame coverage coming your way at 5:30 with Andrew Walker, Donovan Paulson, and Landon Ferraro. Oilers hosting those Ducks, who are on a bit of a heater right now, playing some good hockey and have a lot of nice young talent. If you were to look at the Ducks in their last 7 games, win over the Stars, win over the Kings, win over the Kings, win over the Rangers. They beat the Avs, they beat the Kraken, they beat the Flames, and now they get the Oilers. As we bring in Brandon Douglas, known Ducks super fan. Duke, how you doing today?
Super fan. I don't know about
He dresses up at games.
I put on my Quacker mask and had. I actually am going to the game tonight.
Oh, good.
My good friend Chucky Slick sent me a text over the weekend, offered me to join him and with his tickets. So get to head down to Rogers. It's nice that it's a little bit of an earlier start for the local time, right? With a 6:30 scheduled puck drop, that makes it a little easier to get back in here in the morning. But I'm looking forward to it. Ducks are red hot. That was coming off of a big skid that they were on. They're back to playing with a little more of the excitement and pace that we saw. Still give up quite a few big chances, odd man rushes and the like, but the goaltending has been rock solid with Lucas Tostol turning in a couple real stalwart performances in consecutive games. So I'm looking forward to it. Oilers, step to winning 3 in a row is winning 2 in a row. And that's the task they'll be faced with tonight when they take on Anaheim.
So Seneca, pretty good game.
Yeah, hat trick first in his young career. This is rookie season, of course. All 3 of them kind of showing off the shot that he possesses that really drew the Ducks to him to make him, the 3rd overall pick in the draft and surprised a lot of people at the time, including Beckett Seneca himself. The famous screenshot of his look of astonishment hearing his name be announced from the draft stage. But he's turning in a really, really impressive rookie season performance, 2nd in scoring, a couple behind Demidov. Unfortunately, I think anybody's going to be hard-pressed to catch Matthew Schaefer for the Calder Trophy, but he's making himself a pretty good case to at least be in the conversation as the season continues in the second half.
So he became the 4th Duck to record a hat trick. Did you know that as a rookie?
I did not.
Not just as a Duck. That'd be
There's only 4 Ducks ever have had a hat trick. Like, oh, that is sad.
If you had to guess who was younger than him to do it, who would you think it was?
Younger than him.
Don't look too far back.
It's Trevor Zegras.
No.
Oh. Farther back than that?
No, closer than
Leo
that.
Carlson?
Leo Carlson.
Right.
Did it when he was 18 years old.
That tracks.
Yep. He became the 3rd fastest rookie to get to 40 points behind Zegras, who you mentioned, and Bobby Ryan. Also, the fewest games to reach the 40 points, just trailing Paul Kariya.
Well, these are some good numbers. Who's the super fan here, me or you?
NHL Morning Skates email. Of
You've
course.
got the deep dive.
I like to hang on to these emails to just.
They always have some great factoids and numbers in them for sure.
Shout out to Dean Triple Crown. I know your real name, so I feel weird calling you Triple Crown, but we'll go with that.
Frankie, baby.
Dean, everyone else in the chat on YouTube, hit that like button if you could do so. Some breaking news for me. Mike McDaniel, officially the LA Chargers offensive coordinator.
Are you breathing a sigh of relief from this news?
I would say I'm probably happier than
the clam.
Patriots fans, Seahawks fans. This is my Super Bowl. Also, Shedeur Sanders has been named to the Pro Bowl roster.
Oh, right. Shedeur Sanders, Pro Bowler. We're still on the Chargers and the coaching carousel. Phillip Rivers, which we talked about pretty extensively last week, withdrawing his name from consideration for the Bills job. Surprised?
I kind of am curious if that was the Bills. Like, hey, Phil, we're not going to do this. Do you want to?
Yeah. Do you want to get ahead of it and pull yourself out? And then on a similar note, several more names withdrawing from the Browns head coaching candidacy, including the Jags offensive coordinator Udinski. I think is how you say it. He's going to head back to Jacksonville with a new deal, with the exception being if he gets offered the Bills head coaching job. I think he still can take that, but otherwise he has a new deal in place to stick with the Jags as well.
Probably a good spot.
Interesting. And then same for who was Declan Doyle, the Bears OC, who put as much stock. He coaches under Ben Johnson, who's a play caller. He withdrew consideration for the Eagles offensive coordinator position, which is an interesting transition. We're going back to the Bears, just continue his tutelage under Ben Johnson.
I don't think McDaniel even went to his interview with the Eagles. And I don't know about Dable either. Like, a few big name potential OCs didn't even do it. Like, nah, we're okay.
Maybe they are a little tentative on the offensive situation there with, listen, Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. We know it. We've seen it. But is the situation around that with the A.J. Brown drama still at the moment unresolved, causing a little bit of a hesitation for potential play callers to plant their stake in Philly?
I wonder if that's a question they're asked, like, hey, what's the A.J. Brown
What would
future?
you do with A.J. Brown?
Well, and then does the team say, no comment? Like, we probably try to move him this offseason, and then maybe that takes away from some of the excitement around that job. I don't know. Maybe people think Saquon's falling off. I don't know. MTR says Kubiak going with the Raiders for sure, especially with Brady in the booth watching that game. Yeah, I think
that has seemed like a fit.
Brady being there or not, Kubiak is. You don't have to sit there in person to watch it, but then you factor in that I'm sure Brady has had like production meetings with all these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's picking their brains for sure. Which also, I'm always curious, why is he allowed to do this? But whatever, he's a good analyst. We get.
He's come a long way. If because this is his second season, right? He just started at the last year and called the Super Bowl in his first year. Or was that 2 years ago now?
Was it? I don't know.
I'm trying to remember, but
I'm trying to like
at the very start, it was kind of like, oof, this is. But hey, first day on the job, so he's. I think he's great. I think he's right up there now with the very best that the broadcasting of NFL games has to offer. I think Greg Olson's still really good. I like J.J. Watt, among many others, and Brady's now certainly in that same conversation.
I'm just pretending to act like I care about analysts. I don't really listen to them that much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And maybe it's because like compared to say a hockey game where I watch, where I have a better full understanding of what's going on in the NFL, having not grown up playing football and getting into it a little bit later in my life, I don't have that entire comprehension of how defenses scheme up and things like that. Getting analyst breakdowns of it, I really appreciate them at times. Now, other times, not so much. To this text from MTR, which is that Tony Romo at this point of his broadcasting career is pretty tough to listen to.
Yeah. I can't listen to him if it's against Kansas City. Can't listen. God, like that. I guess I don't hate people that much, but you really notice it. I don't know. I think Brady's fine. They're all fine. I thought Greg Olson was pretty good, but
I thought he was the best.
He just lost his spot.
And then he gets pigeon tossed to second fiddle on the network because you come in and pay Tom Brady an exuberant amount of money.
Exactly. Which, hey, he's the name value. People know it. King of Fornaski says, my Broncos should fire Sean Payton and hire Aaron Rodgers as head coach. I agree, actually. Totally. That's great.
Yeah, Kevin or Connor would like that for his division rival.
Then pay Bo Nix $65 million. 70. Let's really ramp it up there. They still have a couple of years before they have to even worry about that. But yeah, let's talk about that game a little bit, Duke. I mean, this weekend to me, it was pretty obvious. In the AFC Championship, you take the under. In the NFC, you take the over.
Yeah.
Despite the Rams and Seahawks having good defenses, we've seen points get put up. The game in Denver, I don't think anybody was surprised at all. It went kind of the way we all thought it would. Low scoring, two defenses who can play good football. I didn't expect that weather, not a meteorologist, but Drake May goes 10 for 21, 86 yards, was sacked 5 times. I will say this, though, as he's done in the playoffs, he's made those little plays that he needs to, this time with his feet. Rushed for a few big first downs. Jared Stidham, same sort of thing, 17 of 31, nothing really great. If you were playing daily fantasy with any of these two teams, like you picked them, I guess Ramondre Stevenson had a pretty okay effort with 71 yards on the ground. Cortland Sutton had the score. Drake May ran the ball decently, but if you didn't take an NFC quarterback, what were you thinking? Because those two quarterbacks balled out. But Duke, overall, I don't think anyone's persuaded. Like, the NFC's likely going to win the Super Bowl. They're going to come in as huge favorites.
4.5 points right now, and I had this as a topic with Kevin and Eddie. It's like, I don't think that's enough. Like, I think
I'd be getting on that right now.
I think the Seahawks should be favored by more based on what we've seen here from the past couple rounds of the playoffs.
I would agree with you. Seahawks, I mean, they look good. They can get after the quarterback. They got playmakers. Like, to me, Rashid Shaheed could be a huge X factor in this one. Last time the Seahawks made the Super Bowl, I predicted Percy Harvin is the X factor. I think he returned a kick. So, like, I just think that his game-breaking speed could be trouble. But here you go. In 2001, do you remember the Patriots-Rams Super Bowl?
I remember it quite vividly as being an absolute snooze fest.
No. 2001.
Oh, sorry.
2001.
Yeah, sorry.
How old were you?
Opposite.
You weren't very old.
No, I was just a lad.
It was the greatest show on turf against the Patriots led by
Right.
Tom Brady. And if I recall, the Rams got introduced like individually, and then the Patriots opted to walk in together just as one. Sign of unity. They won that football game 20-17. They were 14-point underdogs.
Wow.
Right? So, hey, it doesn't matter when you get to the Super Bowl. Anything can happen.
It's one game.
It's one game. Anything can happen. Now, let's turn our attention quickly to the NFC Championship game, Duke. That game was unbelievable. And, I mean, I've said it for a little while. After Sam Darnold led them to beat the Rams in the regular season, my slander was not there anymore. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I got to at least minimize it. He was fantastic. 25 of 36 for 350 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns, made the plays when he needed. Matthew Stafford, I thought I saw a stat. It was that he becomes the first player to lose to the same team twice, throwing for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns with no interceptions. Tough break. Kenneth Walker on the ground made the running game respectable enough. And the crazy X factor here, unfortunately, comes down to special teams. Xavier Smith fumbles the punt. Touchdown to Jake Bobo immediately following. Brad Slater actually was on that for an anytime touchdown.
It was a nice price.
It was probably a nice little payday there. And that kind of changed the game. The fourth quarter, we didn't get any scoring. The third quarter was extremely exciting, Duke. But this is what I kind of thought it would turn out. Like, it was maybe the most most predictable weekend in football. Because it was like, I don't think the Rams will win, but I think they'll keep it close. They did. I didn't think the Broncos would win, but they kept it close. We had the social media clip of you saying that exact thing. It just kind of went as planned.
Yeah, I thought the Rams were going to win this football game, both going into it and as it progressed. Like, there was a point where the Seahawks just answered every punch, like countered every move the Rams were able to make offensively. The Seahawks get the ball back and go and score. It was 4 straight touchdown possessions for the teams in the third and into the fourth quarter, as I think is how it ended up playing out. And then even on that last Rams, like, they get the ball back with 20-some seconds. If Nakua has one more step on that defender and gets out of bounds, and you've got a Hail Mary from essentially midfield with Matt Stafford, were you ruling out the possibility of some unbelievable drama to finish that game? I wouldn't have been. But unfortunately not the case. Great, like the big tackle in the big moment just to drag him down. Question, was it a hip drop tackle? No flag. Will we get a fine? Remember when that was a big deal at the start of the year? This new rule about hip drop tackles, and we hear essentially nothing about it. Something tells me it hasn't exactly been eliminated from the game, but I digress. It kind of comes down to that special teams play, right? The muffed punt and special teams are something that have kind of haunted the Rams all season. They actually fired their special teams coordinator. I think it was right after that Seahawks game in week 16, which you don't normally see a playoff team making a move like that so late in the season. So all the credit to the Seahawks. They absolutely deserve it. Sam Darnold, wow, what a season, what a performance in this game in particular. And now he's got a chance to maybe, if he hasn't already, re-endear himself to the Jets faithful by, stopping the Patriots from winning another Super Bowl, now playing out West. And I do think a lot of Jets fans, at least from what I've seen on Twitter and whatnot, they don't hold any ill will towards Sam Darnold. It's all towards their own franchise. They just the Jets did this wrong. It's not Sam Darnold's fault. He was worthy of being a third overall pick. It's the franchise. It's the team. So it shapes up to be an entertaining one. Obviously, a rematch of the infamous pass attempt at the goal line.
Yep.
And different coaches, different players, but still two really storied franchises that should make for a great game.
My buddy in our group chat said, who's going to throw or who's going to intercept the pass? And I was like, Christian Gonzalez, interception on the goal line.
Malcolm Butler?
And the Patriots trail 27-10 late in the fourth quarter. I don't know. That's the way I see this game going right now. Things could change, of course, but it is interesting. You bring it up. That 2018 draft class loaded with quarterbacks. Sam Darnold was so young when he was taken, and we've seen it. The New York Jets, their track record of developing quarterbacks just hasn't been there. And, he probably started a little bit too soon, but between he, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, who else did we get there? Of course, Lamar Jackson. First one to go to the Super Bowl, Sam Darnold.
Crazy.
Who would have thunk it?
Was Josh Rosen in that class?
Oh, I might have just scrolled right past him. Yeah, he was 10th overall.
Great get.
Man.
Too smart for football.
I was hoping for him, though, too. Just because I hate that thing. Like, he doesn't need football. Maybe he did.
But he's playing for... Where did he play college? UCLA?
Yeah.
It's like, he's obviously really good. Like... he doesn't need football.
He's a tennis player. People say he's good at tennis. So he's an athlete.
And wasn't because he was like a genius, like incredibly intelligent, and I think he's doing his MBA in an Ivy League school right now.
I think he also came from money as well.
Oh,
people didn't. Yeah, hold that against him. His great grandfather was the co-founder of the Bethlehem Steel.
Okay.
A steel company in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. There you go.
What a fun fact.
So there might have been some money. And he was the number one ranked tennis player when he was 12. So yeah, people are using that against him. I thought so he's a great athlete. This seems good. Some text rolling in here. Jane Victoria says McDaniel will help the Chargers a lot. I agree. Cannot wait for it.
Do you like the little social media teaser they dropped this morning? Looks like there's going to be some fun questions maybe coming up in a future post.
Did you watch it?
An intimate sit down with is like the full thing out?
Not yet.
Yeah, I just watched the little video of him sitting down at the desk and pulling some things out of the bowl. There's not going to be any vape questions in here, is there?
There's no vape questions. And then he just says, Mike
McDaniel, offensive coordinator.
Oh, chills. Jane Victoria followed that up with, what are your thoughts on the Oilers game tonight? Or can separate or be in third? What's your take of the Super Bowl?
Separate, as in get some separation from the Ducks.
I don't know. What do you think, Duke? You know the Ducks better than most. You've seen them win 7 straight.
I think it's going to be a really entertaining game. I can see it being track meet style. These are two teams that like to get up and down the ice, and at times a little more lackadaisical in their defensive responsibilities. Oilers goaltenders haven't been turning in stalwart performances their last few times out. We're going to see Tristan Jarry again tonight. And the Ducks will have their backup, and they played last night. Lucas Dostal was rock solid again for them in Calgary. So I believe it'll be Ville Husso going, and he's been okay, not great, but I could see an over-hitting in this game. Final result, I think it'll be close. How's that?
Oilers by 3.
Tell you what, when I'm placing a little wager down as I find my seat in Rogers Place to take in the game, I will be betting on the Ducks.
You have to.
Got to go for 8 in a row.
Yeah.
Complete the 2-point conversion.
Be crazy not to. Also, that's your thoughts on the Super Bowl. Well, he says no picks and the Seahawks win. Again, ball security's job security, baby. Yeah.
Tell that to Jared Stidham.
Well,
One poor decision.
a lot of backpedaling on the Stidham hype, eh? If you notice that?
Yeah.
Like profile pics were changed back, and like, maybe,
Hey,
maybe we were wrong.
I had a wager on Stidham, and for a couple group parlays, I took his over on rushing yards. That hit.
Yeah.
So that was all the confidence level where I was with Stidham. I thought he'd be enough to keep the game close, and I guess you could say he did. I'm not sure how much of a role he necessarily had in that compared to the Broncos defense and the weather conditions, but it's a close game all the same. Broncos covered, so
Yeah. And like Sean Payton at one point could have taken the points, decided not to.
yeah.
Hindsight's 2020, of course. That weather was bonkers. What do you think of like the digitally imposed numbers and lines?
Well, it's funny because I read something. It was from an interview with, I can't remember if it was one of the old linemen or the holder on that last field goal attempt that got blocked or tipped. Where they put the ball down to kick it was only 6 yards back from the line instead of the usual 7.
Weird.
Because they couldn't see the lines.
Okay.
So like it was not intentional.
I feel like the kicker should have felt that. A yard is a big difference.
Would think so. Like, I mean, a yard's not a huge unit of measure, but it's not exactly a couple inches either.
You're usually lined up 7 yards back.
And when you do it that many times and so regularly, it would be like you would think you'd notice.
I agree.
I guess not.
Well, the kickers went 1 for 5 on field goal attempts.
Well, dude, like, and they talked about it a lot on the broadcast, but like going the one direction, it was like, why even try? Why even bother? Why are you even trying to throw the ball? Just run it for 3 straight downs and see what happens.
Do we have a kicking problem in the NFL? No, that weather was fun though. I guess we gotta say we're hoping everyone's doing okay. If we have any American listeners, not good down there with the storm rolling through, power outages and all that sort. Not ideal, that is for sure. Well, let's take a quick break here. We got lots of texts to get to. When we come back here, we got Craig, J-Dog, Manny, Cole, Husks, MTR, and more. It is Fantasy Frenzy on Sports 1440, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and Twitch. Brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Happy New Year. I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for everything in 2025. With your help and your support, we fed almost 500 families. We donated to various charities in the Edmonton area, and we're going to do it again in 2026. Please stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Performance by Action Electrical today. Their projects team kicked things off, designing and building with unmatched skill.
Then the service team swoops in for those crucial repairs and maintenance. And don't forget the testing team, ensuring everything's safe and sound before the solar team scores with sustainable energy.
A complete team effort. Have Action Electrical bring home a win for you and your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Planning your next event? Let Loca Quality Market cater. From made-to-order meals to gourmet platters to full chef tasting experiences, they make entertaining effortless. Visit loca.ca to start planning today.
Legacy Heating and Cooling offers no payments and no interest for 1 year on your new furnace. So, when you wake up to no heat, call Legacy. Call Legacy. If you need it immediately with no overtime rates. If you need it immediately and want to combo it with AC. Call Legacy. Call Legacy. No payments and no interest for 1 year on your new furnace. It could only be Legacy Heating and Cooling.
When it comes to sports in Edmonton,
Jason Gregor is a must listen. He brings you the inside scoop with guests from across North America.
if it matters in sports, you'll hear it here first.
Gregor rolls out weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports 1440.
When picking a New Year's resolution, try to avoid things you have no influence over.
Like bringing home the cup? That would be awesome.
But completely outside your control. Instead, pick something you can control, like bringing home some Will Hawk beef jerky.
That would also be awesome. But what if we brought the cup home to Canada and it was filled with Will Hawk beef jerky?
Okay, I'll allow it.
Will Hawk beef jerky, only available in Leduc. Get yours today, because you don't win cups with salad. River Cree is the place for all your favorite sports. River Cree Resort and Casino, featuring UFC action and boxing live on the big screens at Tap 25, the MVP of sports bars, and in the Center Bar. Plus, catch all the biggest games, every goal, every tackle, every slam dunk. River Cree is also home to the Twin Rinks, where rec hockey and community teams come to play. Public skating available. Details at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Well, 11:25. Welcome back. It is Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas. We got Josh Fenwick, Mac the intern here as well as we roll through this day. Low Tide coming up next, and we got Gregor, and then pregame coverage, postgame coverage. Lots going on here at Sports 1440. Make sure you keep it on here. And you can always watch us on YouTube as well at Sports 1440 AM. Fantasy Frenzy is brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Go check them out. Only available in Leduc, willhawkbeefjerky.com. We'll dive into the inbox here for elksnation.ca, 2 weekly podcasts with Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger, breaking down the green and gold. Also, articles. You can go check it out, elksnation.ca. Lots of CFL news going on right now. Go pay him a visit. This one came in from J-Dog. He says, I'm curious to know, what don't you like about Romo? I hear this a lot, but I don't see why so many people dislike him. I will let Duke answer because he said it. For me, when Romo first came onto the scene, he had the kind of the novelty of predicting plays, which I don't think was as impressive as people thought, just because I think, most quarterbacks would. Obviously, if it was me predicting those plays, it'd be wild. But for a former NFL quarterback, it wasn't as crazy. He had good energy, but
a
you
quarterback
go ahead and
that had
take
just
over.
been playing in the league.
Yeah.
He still, this was all the same play, groups and schemes he was just playing against, the year before.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I think that played a big role in, like you said, that novelty of the prediction.
And what changed for you, Duke?
Well, I think it's just kind of the way he interacts with Jim Nantz. And he's just makes some really weird noises sometimes when he's hemming and hawing over a call while they're watching the replay. I don't know. And listen, it's not like if he's calling a game, I will listen to it on mute or something. It's not to that point, but I just don't think when you talk about how much money he got paid to do the job, and he's the top guy for CBS, and you look back to the Super Bowl call where the Chiefs won in overtime, right? And it's in the middle of Nance's call, and he just jumps in the middle of a thing that is supposed to live in infamy and be part of history. And then he's just in the middle, oh, that's the Super Bowl. Part of the job is knowing when to come in and when to not. And I'm not sure that he, in my observation of it, has the best grasp on that at times. And other than that, it's now he's still sometimes trying to predict plays and whatnot. And the frequency at which he's correct on those predictions has gone down drastically since that first year when he was on the job.
I do feel like play-by-play guys got to command it, though. Obviously, you're not going to just
Jim Nantz.
Well, but I remember Bob Cole when he did the final call in Edmonton.
Right.
And when he was doing it, he put his hand up to his partner, and he's just let the crowd take it up.
Yeah.
He controlled it, right? Not saying everyone has to do that, and there should be some awareness. I totally agree with you. But I always thought that was a sick move, Bob Cole, just let me handle this. Let me in the crowd take us away as we have our finale there. But yeah. He's not my favorite. I kind of like some of his energy, but there I go. Craig and Red Deer says, morning, guys. For everyone pissing in money with the Chiefs last decade, I bet you all missed them now after witnessing that snooze fest yesterday. I have no doubt in my mind the Chiefs will be back on top soon if that's the best the AFC has to offer. Craig and Red Deer. Well,
no,
here's the thing, Craig.
I don't really miss the Chiefs.
I don't miss the Chiefs at all, and I don't think anyone does. Maybe in a couple of years.
I'll be honest, didn't cross my mind at any point watching that game yesterday. I was more so thinking, Man, I wish CJ Stroud didn't really suck last week and the Texans could be winning this football game instead.
And I was thinking, man, I wish Joe Walton or Sean Slater were healthy. Those are the things we go through. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Chiefs have had some pretty exciting playoff games in their time, no doubt about it. But once the weather hit in that one and Bo Nix wasn't playing, like we just knew. And that was two really good defenses. It was boring, but for at least another couple of years, I would be totally okay. Chiefs bouncing back. I would think so. You have Andy Reid, you have Patrick Mahomes. I would think they'd probably find a way to bounce back, have some good draft picks to work with. So yeah, I'm not gonna deny that one, but I was okay with it. Manny said if I took a drink every time Tom Brady says KB, I'd be unconscious by halftime.
Oh, it's just that's how he's trading conversation with Kevin Burkhardt, right? And it's funny because then he calls him TB. So it's just KB and TB back and forth. I think Kevin Burkhardt's an excellent play caller, or game caller, I guess you should say. And he was great with Olsen. It's come along with Brady, and now they're right there. And they're Fox's top group. They'll work a Super Bowl again, in a couple of years here. Who do we get? It's ESPN this year? No, NBC. Tirico and Collinsworth will be on Super Bowl. So
Collinsworth.
I like Chris Collinsworth. I think he's an excellent analyst, but as we previously discussed, just certain teams when he's on the call can get a little insufferable at times.
I think Kevin Harlan should just do them all.
Hey, you will not hear a disagreement from me. I love Kevin Harlan.
He's the best.
I do really like Mike Tirico. And then like Joe and Troy are excellent as well, for sure.
Text in here, 1-833-401-1440. Cole the Plumber says, hey guys, where do you think Scatterbo goes next year in drafts? Always enjoy the show. That's a good question. He was just cleared to jog. So if that matters to you, he's returning. It seems like, I just want to get it straight here. He played in 8 games this year, right? So his last game was end of October. Let's just say November. So that 8-9 months coming back from that injury, like, I don't know. I think I'd be kind of hesitant to take him. That was a pretty nasty injury he had.
Like if we're stacking up running backs, right? Where is he going in the order of those? It's still pretty far down the list.
Yeah.
There's we're kind of seeing a little bit of a return of the premier back to the NFL, and even some guys that are in split systems. I don't know. I was really hesitant on Scatterbo as a fantasy option as much as I liked watching him in college and what he did at ASU. I still kind of thought, I'm not sure this is really transferable to NFL because I didn't think his skill set was actually that high. But he just took that same run my head through your chest attitude and took over the starting job for the Giants before getting hurt. So it's not for nothing. But yeah, I wouldn't be jumping at the bit to take him particularly early in any draft.
No, so you're not taking him over Bijan or Gibbs, obviously. You probably have Saquon, McCaffrey,
Chase Brown,
Chase Brown,
Jonathan
Genty,
Taylor,
Bucky Irving, Devon Achane, Josh Jacobs. A lot of people are going to be high on
Jeremiah Love,
Amarian Hampton with McDaniel.
Right. And I mean, and it might depend what Chicago does in the draft, but even a guy like DeAndre Swift after the season he's splitting time with Monungai, but he still had and he's so used in the pass game. Like if you're PPR league or some, even a guy like Cam, I would probably be interested in over Scatterbo.
Where does Breece Hall end up?
Right.
Kenneth Walker will be a free agent. I assume he'll stay in Seattle, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think we're getting to the point where he's in the conversation, but that's quite a ways down.
Yeah, he's going to be an RB1, which in and of itself has a ton of merit. But if it's Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors back from injury too, is it going to be a balanced offense? And it's not exactly like he's going to be a bell cow out there getting the ball 25 times a game.
Does RJ Harvey become the guy in Denver?
Yeah.
Do they let J.K. Dobbins walk or anything like that? I don't have to go back and look at the contract.
Ashton Genty.
Wow.
When the Raiders draft, they trade around and get 5 first-round picks and use them all on offensive linemen.
They should. I wouldn't be against it. Load up that offensive line.
Yeah, they trade down. They don't need Mendoza. They just need a whole new O-line.
That's, yeah. So someone who can hand the ball off.
Right.
Husk says, CH, Sam's making it look like 4 teams fumbled the Darnold ball. Husks. Well, this is what I will say about Darnold. As much as we question his big game ability, Duke, I can only speak for myself, but how many times did I say the Vikings should franchise him?
100?
I was on it, and it would have, you couldn't have signed a couple free agents for sure, but I thought Sam Darnold never should have left Minnesota, for the Vikings. They let him go. People probably scoffed at the money that the Seahawks gave him, but holy cow, it's paid off for them for sure. Believing in a guy, 28 years old, he's got lots of football left. Absolutely. And then he also said that Brady's Pizza Hut commercials are the worst. Must have paid him a lot to look like a Tua dropping off pizza. Yeah, he really looks like a guy that eats a lot of pizza.
I have not seen that.
Me either. It cannot be on the TB12 diet. I don't think anything from that is on the TB12 diet.
Well, he doesn't eat tomatoes.
No.
Tomato sauce is the main thing for pizza.
Carbs he can't be eating.
No, there's no chance.
Not like the grains. He's not eating processed meat. Maybe fresh veggies, but not all of them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe the salad bar.
But it's okay. Pizza Hut.
Oh, I love pizza.
Can't out pizza the Hut.
Coach Vic says, hey guys, what do you think coaches are not taking the points for when they get the chance? There were field goals available and they gambled on fourth instead, especially in the playoffs. Coach Vic, that's a trend I've noticed every single game. We're inside the 15. And I get the thought process. If we don't score, they got a long way to go. We trust our defense, but all these games have been close and they haven't been taking the points. I'm with you. It's an observation I've made in my group chat. My friend Johnny is bringing it up every single time. Another chance. Have you noticed it this year, Duke? Or is this just
No, I think it's an increase in aggressiveness by coaches, and combined with the fact that kickers are, for the most part, unreliable. So you don't want to use them until absolutely necessary. But yeah, the thinking of, all right, if we're inside the 10 and we don't get it, well, guess what? They got to go 90 plus yards to do damage against us on a major score. Obviously, they can come up short and still kick a field goal. But in the Broncos one in particular yesterday stands out because Sean Payton knows he's playing with a backup quarterback that hasn't seen NFL regular season action in 2 years. Your defense is one of the best in the league. You know that at some point during this game, the weather is going to turn absolutely nightmarish, and you pass up a chance to take a 2-score lead in the football game. That stands out to me as an incorrect decision. I'm all for aggressiveness and coaches going for it and not leaving it up to kickers all the time. Now, it's different if it's a chip shot field goal as opposed to trying to bomb in a 50-yarder to win the game instead of continuing just to run your offense as you normally would. But and in the for the Rams game, for example, I mean, there's certain points you need touchdowns, and field goals don't do you any good anyway. And in that game where it looks like the Seahawks are having their way with you, you need to go for touchdowns instead of field goals. Situation matters a lot, and I think Sean Payton did not recognize that fact in the game yesterday, whereas in some of McVay's decisions, he did.
Yeah, I would agree. Missed opportunities for sure. And yeah, just understanding our defense is good. Drake May isn't doing much. The weather's going to turn, like you said. Points are hard to come by. So it was a little questionable. Field position game. If you get the 3-and-out and they punt it back, you're doing okay. But yeah, especially that's just the whole situation. It didn't seem great. We'll take a break here. When we come back, we'll get to more text into 1-833-401-1440. It is Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Do you listen to sports radio at work? Like right now? Well, do you?
Who, me? No way. I swear.
Okay, friend, we won't tell. Tens of thousands of sports fans listen to Sports 1440 each and every day. On the radio, on the listening apps, on YouTube, and on social media. If you listen to Sports 1440 at work, well, maybe it's time to advertise on Sports 1440 at work. Grow your business. Get your name out there. Shoot our ad team an email. Gregor@sports1440.ca. Let's get to work for you.
When picking a New Year's resolution, try to avoid things you have no influence over.
Like bringing home the cup? That would be awesome.
But completely outside your control. Instead, pick something you can control. Like bringing home some Will Hawk beef jerky.
That would also be awesome. But what if we brought the cup home to Canada and it was filled with Will Hawk beef jerky?
Okay, I'll allow it.
Will Hawk beef jerky, only available in Leduc. Get yours today because you don't win cups with salad.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Edmonton sports fans stay informed with Sports 1440. Stream us. Listen to us on the AM dial. However you consume this radio station, thanks for listening.
Reason number 59 why Nissan is built for our winter. Because when winter storms make on-road feel like off-road, we've got you. The Nissan Rogue comes standard with intelligent all-wheel drive and remote engine start to conquer even the harshest winter conditions. Right now, you can lease a 2026 Rogue S for 0.9% for 36 months. Visit your local Nissan dealer today or nissan.ca for more details. Conditions apply.
Visit your local Edmonton and area Nissan dealer for more information.
Oh, Canada. Jiffy Lube is here to keep you moving through mornings like these. Full synthetic oil changes, quality Pennzoil products, tire checks, battery tests, and everything else your car needs to get through our winters. Stop by Jiffy Lube for fast, easy, warranty-approved service. No appointment, no hassle. Just dependable service right when you need it. Jiffy Lube, keeping you moving through this.
Are you overwhelmed by debt and getting nonstop calls from creditors? It can feel like there's no escape. Debt doesn't have to be a life sentence. A single call can turn things around. My name is Parveen Middleton. I'm a licensed insolvency trustee at BDO right here in Edmonton. I can help you become debt-free with a solution just for you. Let's put an end to those calls from creditors together. Call 1-833-BDO-TALK or visit bdodebt.ca to discover your debt-free future.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:41. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick. We've got Country Mac here as well. What song was that? Was that Ashley Simpson?
So yesterday, Hillary Duff.
Hillary Duff.
She's making a comeback.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's being made.
Yeah. She has a residency in Vegas right now, I think.
Oh, wow. Where at which hotel? Do you know?
I do not know off the top of my head.
Oh, okay. Well, something to look at. What was her show?
Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire.
You
Good
big
show.
Lizzie McGuire guy, Cons?
It wasn't the worst thing. Like, when I was like younger and it was on, like, he passed some time. Her friend was funny.
Sure.
And the guy and her little brother was kind of
The Lizzie McGuire movie was great.
Was it?
In Italy, and then it's like her doppelganger. But then the guy singer is actually lip syncing the whole time, and he's the one getting all the glory, even though he's a phony. Some great songs in that film.
Yeah, I had a substitute teacher who told me she was in that movie.
Was she?
My sister had the DVD cassette. Not cassette, but I went home and watched it. I couldn't find her, so maybe she lied. Maybe
she was just extra, like just in the background.
Yeah, it's possible.
I think that would be more likely.
But I was like, I scoured that movie because she told us what her role was. I was like, I don't think she's in it. MTR says Even Stevens was better. I would agree with that one.
What was that? Christy Carlson Romano? Is that the actress's name there? She was all right. She's good. I don't think she's a singer. Hillary Duff, great singer.
Oh, she sang.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't be on Family Channel back then.
Plus,
Shia LaBeouf, like pre-issues.
Pre-craziness.
He was a legit and
got him the role on Holes.
Yeah, Holes is great.
Great movie.
Fantastic.
Good songs in that movie too.
Yeah. Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, good soundtrack. Good movie. That's all I remember.
I preferred the book.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
It's too damn bad.
Good movie. Good movie. Eddie says, I think the best... Good morning, guys. I still think the best color man out there is the guy that Tom Brady replaced. So Greg Olson. That one. He also does college. Ooh. I don't know if Greg Olson does college.
I don't think Greg Olson calls college. He's too busy coaching his U11 football team and being an absolute savage in the process.
Absolute dynasty. Queen of Fornaski, just going back to the talk about people wishing the Chiefs were there. Because I was thinking, I wish Bo Nix was in this game. Broncos would have won, most certainly. Bill says, I was thinking two things yesterday. First, if my Texans had a quarterback, they'd be both these teams. And second, neither of these teams could beat the Rams or the Seahawks, which is what I think a lot of us think. But a lot of people have thought that in the past and upsets happen. When was the most recent Super Bowl upset? Giants over the Patriots?
Like major upset?
Well,
Well, because I think
Super
if
Bowl
we
to
go
you.
back, the spreads are usually all very close. Like we're talking like a field goal game, right? On the points.
But in your eyes, like I picked the Eagles to win last year. Did you? Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Chiefs winning the year before with the Niners in overtime. Not a surprise.
I actually might have bet on the Chiefs last year just because I got to the point where I was like, I'm just going to assume they win.
Chiefs over the Eagles. Close game, but I don't think anybody was surprised.
No.
The Bengals losing to the Rams.
That was pretty likely.
That was likely. Bucks beating the Chiefs, maybe?
I was on the Bucks that year. I was on the Bucks the whole playoffs. I was just like buying into the Tom Brady hype, which turns out was warranted.
Chiefs over the
I think
Niners.
they were underdogs in every playoff game. The Bucks.
Oh, really?
Were.
Well,
I know they played the Packers in the divisional round of the NFC Championship, and they were big dogs to Rodgers. But they won, obviously.
Listen, they won 31-9. I didn't see that
in the
coming.
Super Bowl. Oh, yeah. They whomped them. The defense had Mahomes in a fit.
Okay, so Chiefs over the Niners, that in 2020, probably not a surprise. Patriots over the Rams, not a surprise. Eagles over the Patriots.
I think that was a surprise because Nick Foles, right?
Nick Foles, yeah. So that might have been the last
Philly.
upset. Patriots over the Falcons, not a surprise, but maybe the fashion.
not to start with, anyway.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I think that might have been the last real big surprise. Other than that, though, we had some pretty good ones. Patriots, Giants would probably always be a surprise, though.
Oh, for sure.
Craig says, Tom Brady does a decent job and he does break the play occasionally. He usually generalizing, but it's interesting to hear what an NFL quarterback thinks. He did a little thing to where he broke down like the top throws of the year. I don't know if you saw any of those. It's interesting to see that. Tiger says, my wife and two little ones, and I thought Hillary Duff or saw Hillary Duff in Calgary in the early 2000s. Yeah, it's got to be.
She would have been the it girl then, or one of them.
Mike Comrie's ex, yeah.
Also true.
From Scuffed Darren. MTR says, doesn't Greg Olson have Luke Kuechly on his coaching staff too?
Yeah. And they have some clips of them coaching. And these are like little kids.
Yeah.
It's not even like peewee football. They're even smaller than that. And they got like legitimate game plans that they're rolling out for this like U11 football. It's crazy and funny. Do you imagine it's like you're just like a regular dad? You played like JV ball back in high school and you're coaching your 10-year-old kid and you show up with Luke Kuechly and Greg Olson are on the other sideline.
That's big name value. The Chargers have one like Eric Weddle coaches a high school team with like Stephen Cooper. Not as big names as those, but you'd be like, what the heck? Those guys, who are those
and
guys?
Then not only that, like they're not just there to have a good time. They are there to run your team into the dirt.
Exactly. Yeah. Rockford says, I miss Dennis Miller on the NFL broadcast. Do you remember that, Duke, at all?
No, I do not.
I didn't know enough about him at the time, but I do remember when he was working on it. And they had Tony Kornheiser on Monday Night Football for a while too. You remember that?
That I do, yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't his strength.
No.
He's so good on PTI, but that wasn't probably his strength. But yeah, Dennis Miller was like a comedian. And they had him on Monday Night Football. They were trying some things, I suppose. Coming up next year on Sports 1440, we got the lowdown with Lowtide. It is Monday, so Jason Greger will join them. Rachel Krychek as well. And then on the Jason Greger show from 2 till 6, we'll have Sean Brown in the house co-hosting. We'll also be joined by Kevin Woodley from In Goal Magazine, Dave McCarthy, Sirius XM, 5 questions, Cam Tate's 2-minute warning. We've got Emerson Edom joining us as well, Duke, your boy, to preview tonight's Oilers-Ducks game. Of course, he's an analyst with the team. And then coming up at 5:30, it'll be pre-game coverage. So lots going on here in Sports 1440. MTR says Gruden was great on Monday Night Football. Yeah, I mean, I like watching him break down videos. I think you'll have your opinion of him away from the game. The emails weren't great, but as a football mind, John Gruden is very intriguing.
Do you think he gets another chance as a coach? It's weird because if he doesn't get, like, there was 10 jobs this cycle, and if he doesn't get a look in one of those, is he probably never going to again? I think he was. I don't know if it was confirmed or not that he was maybe interviewing for a couple of these gigs.
Yeah. Well, he's not formally banned from the league, right? So he could
I'm not
coach.
sure. But does he have an open lawsuit against the league?
I don't know if he
for like damages of them like forcing him to be fired.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the case. But yeah, he is very entertaining. He was on the broadcast for sure, and now with what he does online, great watch.
Very good football mind, no doubt about it.
Really quickly, Connor, I just wanted to mention while we were still on the football talk, Tater's 2-minute warning poll today.
Oh, you got it?
I got
You
it right
got it
here.
here?
It says, with the weather turning to snow and wind in the New England-Denver championship game, how much preparation do you think football teams put into playing in cold and snow? And so it's either just two options, lots or not much.
Just a question for you, because I think Tater's listening. Does it bug you that he promotes that? And there he said, can you guys vote and retweet Declan, Low Tide, Connor, Gregor? And he left you out?
You think that's bad? Sometimes you'll take Josh in it and just leave me hanging. No offense to Josh, but I mean, but come on, like Tater and I thought we're kind of boys, and he never tags me in any of these things to, I always vote.
Yeah.
But if I'm not getting the call out, retweet's not coming. I'm spiteful that way.
Josh said he doesn't even follow me. So Cam, if you're at home listening, can you follow Josh and start tagging the Duke in these? It means a lot. 380 votes so far. Majority going not much. I'm glad you brought this up, Duke. I think that teams do prep for it somewhat. Like if the snow is coming and you know it, like, and you can get outdoors and practice a little bit in it. Obviously, the cleats are a big deal. Like,
right.
I know Bill Belichick was always like, gotta have this stud. So I think there is some preparation. It's still football at the end of the day. I know, like in past, when it starts to rain, maybe the gloves come off and the visors come off just because they impact you that way.
You
But
get some wipers on those visors.
yeah, I mean, unless you're going to wipe it every play. So I would say almost in between, but that's not an answer. So I'm going to say not much.
I just voted not much as well. But here's an even dumber brain thought. In the conditions that we saw in the second half yesterday, were the Patriots at all regretting their decision to go full white ensemble? But that can work both ways.
I mean, that's what I was going to say.
Jared Stidham cannot see Christian Gonzalez in the vicinity of his bright orange pylon receiver, but then also Drake May can't see his receivers when he's trying to throw.
But he should be able to see.
He should just know where they're supposed to be based on the route tree.
He should be able to blindfold himself and know where Stephon Diggs
and to
is.
deliver the ball out to places. In theory, now theory's great, but it's kind of funny because if you think about it, it does seem like the white jersey, like stealth mode in the snow, is a better idea. But at face value, like I can't even see them out there on the TV, and I can very clearly see the Denver players.
Yeah,
cut through the snow.
I was kind of thinking like it kind of sucked for Stidham because like
he can't see.
All of a sudden, this guy turns, and then you see his number finally, but it's too late.
Yeah, like imagine like Sam Darnold seeing ghosts literally just coming out of the snow.
White Walkers.
Not going to have that problem in the Super Bowl as it will be in beautiful Santa Clara.
Yeah,
and even all this really bad inclement weather that is torn across the United States, I don't believe it's made its way to Northern California.
Are you a fan of Super Bowls being played in potentially cold? Well, it wouldn't be potential. It would be cold markets. Like, did you like Super Bowl 50 in New York? Or are you someone that says, these are the best players in the world, let's put them in the best environment?
Good question.
Because in that sense, I get why teams are saying, let's build a dome,
so we can
host
a Super Bowl,
yeah.
right? Now, like Buffalo's going to have a brand new stadium. World class. They say they built it so the wind doesn't become much of a factor, but they still wanted an open concept to be Buffalo and have the potential for snow games. Will they ever get to host a Super Bowl? I doubt it. Is that because of the stadium or because it's Buffalo as a city? Maybe a little bit of both.
No. New York's
no,
close.
I'm not against the chance of snow coming, but as opposed to, say, hosting a Super Bowl in Chicago or at Lambeau Field, where it's almost an inevitability that it's going to be miserably cold and snowing in early February. Whereas in New York, it's not a guarantee, right? You can have a decent February day in New York.
It's cold, though.
It's cold.
It's cold.
Right now.
Yeah.
We had David Amber on this morning from Toronto. He's talking about the big dump they got, Snowmageddon in southern Ontario as well as into the United States. I mean, I saw pictures of from even Nashville and places where they're not usually prepped for stuff like that, and they got huge amounts of snow.
Well, the Columbus Blue Jackets Kings game is postponed tonight due to snow, so rescheduled for March 9th, where I don't think the snow should be a problem. But yeah, it's crazy down there, man. Again, hey, we're thinking of everybody down there. It's hopefully you stocked up and you got some food and stuff and a backup generator you probably need down there. That's pretty crazy. But I think for me personally, I love the elements. I love it in a AFC NFC championship game potentially, but when you get to the Super Bowl, give me a nice climate, a dome perhaps, where we're going to see the best on best. Because man, if you saw a Super Bowl with that second half that the Broncos and Patriots played in, come on, that sucked. That honestly sucked. Good visuals, but it was sucky football. Okay, we're done. Let's take a break here. Up next, it'll be the Lowdown with Low Tide with Declan Kruger. We got the Gregor Show from 2 till 6, and then pregame coverage with Andrew Walkers. The Oilers looking to make it 2 straight when they host the Ducks. Puck drop 6:30. Amazon game, so you can't watch it on TV regular style. For everyone here, I'm Connor Halley. Thank you guys for tuning in. Check the podcast if you missed anything. Right now, we'll get to a Sports 1440 update with the Duke, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Game day for the Edmonton Oilers as they host the Anaheim Ducks tonight from Rogers Place. Game coming to you on Amazon Prime for broadcast purposes. Puck drop just after 6:30. Some lineup changes for Edmonton. Josh Szymanski and Kasperi Kapanen drawing in, while Andrew Mangiapane will take a seat. Tristan Jarry expected to start in goal. 3 of the games around the NHL. Lightning hosting the Mammoth. Bruins are in New York against the Rangers from MSG, and the Islanders taking on the Flyers. Tonight's Kings and Columbus game has been postponed due to severe weather in the eastern United States. In the association tonight, 7 games total, including Houston hosting Memphis. The Lakers are in Chicago. Cleveland taking on Orlando, and the Sixers go up against Charlotte in a matinee. Scotty's Tournament of Hearts continuing action this morning from Mississauga. Morning draw had Canadian team Carrie Anderson defeating Quebec 8-2. Yukon falling to BC 11-4. Saskatchewan getting past Northwest Territories 6-5. And Nova Scotia losing to Caitlin Laws in her Manitoba rink 8-2. Coming up here at the top of the hour for the afternoon draw, Christina Black and Nova Scotia playing Newfoundland. Alberta's Kayla Skrlik going up against Nunavut. New Brunswick playing PEI, and Manitoba taking on Northern Ontario. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station.